But this fucking fat fuck tried to rob me and abuse me at the same time. And I did. I roughed him up. I banged him off of the walls. I did all of that.
I'm James Gladwish and welcome to OC Shorts. Today we're going to take a quick look at the time when Sammy the Bull Gravano laid his hands on another made man.
And then there's another time when Louis DiBono, I wound up hitting him, beating him up a little bit, roughing him up. I didn't really beat him up, roughed him up. And he asked Paul for my life. Of course, I raised my hands to a made guy, which is the law. There was a big meeting about it. Louis DiBono, this was the first time I was partners with him. He actually, I think, robbed me. And we went there, me and my brother-in-law, for a meeting with him. He brought in lawyers, accountants, and said he owed me $250,000. And he wanted to pay $50,000, $75,000. And I said, no way. We did the work. You owe me the money. I don't know none of this bullshit back charges and what your lawyer's talking about or what your accountant's talking about. Matter of fact, I threw the lawyer and the accountant out of the room, told my brother-in-law, close the door, don't let nobody in. And I roughed him up a little bit. And they asked for my life. There was a meeting. Paul held a meeting. Neil Dellacroce was there. Tato was there. Frankie DeCicco was there. Tommy Bilotti was there. Tommy Bilotti and Frankie DeCicco were told to bring a gun. We met in the basement of a house. Raising your hands to a friend of ours, a made guy, is the death penalty. And that's what they were asking for. And Paul was explaining the whole thing to me and saying what the accusations were and stuff like that. Me and Frankie talked prior to the meeting. He said, Sammy, you got to lie. You got to say it's not true. The lawyer, the accountant's not going to be there. Your brother-in-law's not made yet. He's not going to be there. Just lie. You have to. And I agreed. But in the meeting, he was a big fat guy, crossed his legs, smoking a cigar, looking at me, smirking. He knew he had me by the balls. And he knew I had to lie. It just annoyed the fuck out of me. It drove me crazy while Paul was talking. And when he got done talking, he said, Sammy, what do you say? I looked at him again, this Louis DiBono, smirking at me, puffing on his little cigar. And I said, Paul, I never disrespected a friend of ours since I'm a friend. Not even with words. But this fucking fat fuck tried to rob me and abuse me at the same time. And I did. I roughed him up. I banged him off of the walls. I did all of that. Everybody's mouth fucking dropped. He says, you know what you just said? I said, yes. I know exactly what I said. I told you the fucking truth. Paul talked a little bit, and he said to Tato, what do you think? He said, Sammy isn't, I made him. He's not just a friend of ours. He's my son. Paul started talking again, and Neil jumped up and said, Paul, this fat fuck bought his way in. He's been robbing friends of ours his whole fucking life. Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to kill Sammy. Right here and now. That's what's going to be our history. For this fucking lying fuck, piece of shit, we're going to kill somebody. He should have lied, Sammy. Could have lied. But he stood here and he didn't lie. He told the administration the truth. That's a rule in Cosa Nostra. He put his fucking life on the line. And we'll kill him for it. Neil looked at, Paul looked at Neil and said, all right, Neil, I hear what you're saying. He said a few more things to me. I don't remember exactly everything. And he said, Sammy, I'm going to give you a pass. You ever do this again, I'll kill you. He said, you, Louie, you have been robbing friends of ours and lying your whole fucking life and get away with it. He said, what I want you to do, Sammy, is I want you to promise me that you won't kill him, you won't hurt him. And I want you to shake his hand. And I want to break up the business. You, Louie, you owe him $250,000, pay him the $250,000. So I said, okay, I give you my word, I won't kill him. I won't hurt him. And I'll shake his hand if that's what you want. He turned to Louis DiBono and said, Louis, I want you to promise me that you won't hurt Sammy or kill him. And I said, Paul, wait 1 minute, bro. Do this. Give him the fucking gun. Somebody's got to have a gun. Give him the fucking gun. Give him an order to kill me. He doesn't have the fucking balls to do it. He's nothing. He's a piece of shit. Frankie DeCicco put his hands on his head, put his head down like, what the fuck is he doing? Paul looked stunned. He looked at Neil. He's got a point. Paul, give him a fucking gun and give him an order. Paul shook his head, knowing what he was, a nothing, his whole life. And said, all right, Sammy, stop. You're pushing me. I'm not pushing you, Paul. He's sitting here smirking at me. He wanted me to lie. I didn't lie. And when you said these things that shake his hand and promise, he's smirking at me. What the fuck is he smirking at? What is he smiling at? Paul said, all right, leave out that part. Louis, you don't have to promise nothing. You shake fucking Sammy's hand. You should kiss his fucking hand and give him his fucking money. Meeting over. That meeting went to everybody. Not everybody, but all the major guys and captains it went to. Told what happened in that meeting. I never dealt with him again. After John took over, that's when Joe Piney wanted me to go partners with him again, and I wouldn't do it.
I hope you found that interesting. Thanks for watching.